Jesus loved us before we ever knew Him, before we understood His name, before we recognized His grace, and before we could respond to His love. He had already chosen to love us. And this is the depth of Christ's love. He does not wait for perfection before it begins. He does not demand that we become worthy before we are loved. His love reaches us where we are and invites us to become better through His grace. The Bible reminds us that Christ demonstrated His love for us while we are still sinners. This teaches us something powerful. True love is not always a reward for good behavior. Sometimes, true love becomes the reason someone finds the strength to change. As followers of Jesus, we are called to reflect that same spirit. And let us learn to love others before they deserve it. And this does not mean accepting harmful behavior or allowing people to continually hurt us. Loving someone does not mean abandoning wisdom, boundaries, or righteousness. Rather, it means choosing compassion instead of hatred, forgiveness instead of revenge, and prayer instead of wishing someone failure. There are people who may never apologize to us. There are people who may misunderstand our intention. There are people who may disappoint us, reject us, or fail to appreciate our kindness. But Jesus teaches us not to make someone else's behavior the master of our character. If they choose anger, we can choose peace. If they choose hatred, we can choose love. If they choose bitterness, we can choose forgiveness. If they choose to tear others down, we can choose to build them up. And this is not weakness, and this is spiritual maturation. Remember, grace means receiving what we could never earn. Every day we live because of God's mercy. We receive forgiveness, patience, opportunities, and another chance, not because we have earned every blessing, but because God is gracious. Therefore, when someone falls short, let us remember how much grace we ourselves have received. Before you judge someone, remember that they may be fighting a battle you cannot see. Before you give up on someone, remember the patience God has shown you. Before you respond with anger, pause and ask yourself, what would love require me to do? Sometimes, love means speaking the truth with gentleness. Sometimes, it means forgiving. Sometimes, it means helping someone rise again. And sometimes, love means keeping a healthy distance while still refusing to hate the person. And Jesus did not call us to love only those who love us. He called us to a higher standard, to become people whose love reflects the heart of God. So today, let your love go ahead of people deserving. Encourage someone before they are asked. Forgive when forgiveness is possible. Show kindness without demanding applause. Pray for those who have disappointed you. Give hope to someone who feels forgotten. And remember, you may become the very evidence of God's love that someone desperately needs to see. Jesus loved us before we knew Him. Now let us carry that love into the world, and not because everyone will deserve it, but because Christ first loved us. May our life preach love even when our mouths are silent. May our actions reveal grace. May our forgiveness demonstrate mercy, and may the people we encounter discover through us that the love of Jesus is deeper than our mistakes, greater than the past, and powerful enough to give them hope for a new beginning. And love first, Forgive wisely, walk in grace, and let Jesus' love shine through you. Lucky DE-CORDOM.
Jesus is love.